and no pictures. Hello, my name is Solar Dasher, and this is Dirty 20 Gaming. There we go. And of course, it wouldn't be Dirty 20 Gaming without a little pause here and there, but we will deal with those. Sorry, we're running a little bit late, but here we are, happy and sound. My name is Solar Dasher, and you can sometimes find me on my own streaming miscellaneous games and whatnots, and I'm also the Dungeon Master here. Our tabletop of choice tonight is Roll20. Any miscellaneous music you hear is from Ben's Sound. Thank you, Kevin, for letting us use your lovely platform here so that we can play some Dungeons and Dragons. I also want to thank my lovely players for showing up. Above me, we have Kalaman. Go ahead and introduce yourself, my friend.
Oh, hello everyone. I am some people's favorite druid Keldalin. My name is Aaron. I am usually just here in terms of playing Dungeons and Dragons and all that fun shenanigans. You can find me over on Twitter at my Twitter. My computer's working. Yeah, if you want to follow me there, go ahead. If not, that's fine too. And we're back.
Novari.
Hi everybody, I'm Blaze of Gloriosa, also known as Gloriosa. I will be playing everyone's favorite tiefling healer today, Lil Vari, who's our resident sorceress, cleric, wannabe. Sorceress in a cleric costume. Cleric in a sorceress costume? Not sure. Anyway, she's here, I'm here, I stream on my channel. And that's all about me. Bison,
right,
what do you do?
Bison does stuff, and Bison is me. I'm playing Linus today, the Kender fighters of sorts. When I'm not here, I am on Saturdays. I play Sid Brimlock on our Necrobiotic game, Dead to Rights, which is a lot of fun. It's very traumatic. We put our characters through a lot, and it's mostly our fault. I'll admit that. When I'm not abusing myself, I'm abusing my players. On Tuesday nights, playing Carnage Heights, Cyberpunk Red. It's a lot of fun. Things are just starting to get started, and I'm excited to see where things go. And that's me.
Raffle?
Hi. Well, if you don't know who I am, my name is D20, also known as Larry, and I'm here luckily every Thursday with y'all, but otherwise I'm always live on my end pretty much whenever I want the rest of the week. If you ever want to come out and over and hang out, play a lot of community games, very 420, adult friendly. Hope to see you soon. And I'll just say a couple emotes in chat. There you go, that's me. Hi.
Alanwi.
Hello. I am Kalayuni, or just Uni, and I am playing Ilanwi. She is a fighter, and she's a princess, and happy to be here. I would also like to take this time to give an extra thanks to Gloriosa for doing the technical stuff, because there were some issues with that. That's why I were late today. But thank you very much to Gloriosa for handling those.
Yes, thank you so much. All right, introductions aside, let's go ahead and get started. 'Twas the end of a city. The crew, our group here, was just barely escaping onto one of the last ships, barges, whatever you want to call them, boats. And basically Derek, the mayor, and Jaeb all got on the same raft with everybody else. And that's pretty much where we're gonna begin. I picked the one. So, as you escape Vogler in the last boat, barely enough to hold you all, you notice that Vogler is in flames. Amid the columns of smoke rising from the village, invaders loot what remains. The villagers traveling with you don't look away. They're watching until their home is nothing more than a red-black smear along the river's edge. The evacuation boats carry all the remains of the Vogler down the Vineyard toward an uncertain sanctuary in Kalaman. As you guys are traveling, Jaev does speak up.
And who is this guy again? Sorry.
He is what's her face's right hand man?
Oh,
I
right,
know.
right, right.
Cudgel?
The lieutenant from the
Cudgel's,
university.
yeah, Cudgel's right hand man.
Okie doke. I know who he is now.
Okay, yeah.
The other line
He
is
says
forgot.
that he was to help the villagers and basically tell you all that the defense has failed and not to wait for the rest of the army. He holds out the helmet from Veclin as proof of the words, and Derek takes it. And that pretty much remains quiet and just thinks about Veclin, hoping that she's okay.
Cowdle will look over to Jeb. I'm not the most sound of military folks, but I believe failure implies there was a chance of success here. And I think success in what we are looking at here is the fact we saved as many lives as we did. I don't think any force that Vogler could have assembled would have stopped that army. Yes, it sucks to lose those lives that are lost and we cannot replace them. But I think adjusting one's viewpoint to see what is still here may be necessary for the times ahead.
Okay. I need that just for something. Okay, so as the group travels down the river using the natural flow, it takes pretty much most of the night for the boats to get there. As dawn arrives, the group begins to see the walled city of Kalaman rising in the distance, spreading across the southern shore of a wide bay. Other ships sail to and from the city's walled harbor, their courses lit by towering beacons. On the shore ahead, where the Vanguard River meets Kalaman Bay, dozens of survivors from Vogler have pulled their mismatched boats ashore and begun making camp.
Linus isn't exactly a sailor, so it's not like
Yeah.
I think Derek, JF, excuse me, and the mayor are helping out with that. Unless you guys want to make a check.
Caldo's out of his depth here.
Either way, once you reach where the camp is being set up, you find that the villagers are organizing to assess their numbers, reunite families that have been separated, starting to build fires to help prepare meals. setting up what little they have to make it a place where they can at least gain back the strength that they need to be able to move on, especially within the city itself.
Linus,
Hmm?
did we give Derek that box yet?
No, I don't think we have there. Derek, do you have a sec? Where did you put it?
I think it's on our boat. And they'll kind of scramble back to the boat to grab it.
They're like, I don't have it. You have it. I thought you had it.
Pretty much. And then it turns out neither of them had it. It was on the boat.
I remember bringing it back to the docks. That's about as far as.
Yeah.
Derek, Declan had this for you, there, lad. It was meant for her to give it to you when we made our escape, but I guess she can't do it now. Then he kind of pushes the box over.
Here we come. I'm going to, go ahead and bring everybody over into the town map of Kalaman. Feel free to bring in your characters.
It's a big place.
Let's see.
Yeah, there's a path that says to Vogler. I'm assuming that they landed over here on the upper left-hand side, where all these kind of rocks areas are. And I'm assuming that's where we are.
Well,
Yeah.
if we came by boat, would we not arrive in the dock?
It sounds like they weren't at the dock from reading what I was reading.
Okay.
So we just sort of ditched as soon as we found a spare piece of shore.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they arrived outside of Kalaman, which right there sounds like it's a good place to start.
That
Okay.
makes sense.
I don't know how to get my my figurine to pop up there.
You actually have to drag the name. Oh no, you're on.
He's in Chrome.
What?
Yeah. Drag the name onto the map. As opposed to trying to use the icon. There you go.
I did that. Give me a moment. Um, um, um.
Calvin will kind of look to everyone. I do think we all kind of need to have a sit down and talk about some things and how we're going to approach things going forward, because I think if we can all get on the same page, that will at least make things easier for us to, I don't know, maybe pretend we're a group or something, or at least make it so we don't put ourselves at risk to not reaching our respective goals.
I mean, my goal is to go home, and not knowing how to do that, I'm kind of just following along. I feel more comfortable in a group with you guys than on my own.
Pretty much same. looking out for myself, but y'all seem pretty nice on the way there.
Linus looks to Kelvin and he's like, well, I mean, this isn't exactly the first adventure we've been on. I mean, you know that I'm always here to help people, and this whole town needed a whole lot of help. But to be perfectly fair, I'm just as lost as the rest of us.
Laura, we're kind of the more in tune with magic here, and I don't know the greatest amount about it, but I imagine for any of us to go home, we're going to need some incredibly powerful magic for us to return home. And I think if we're going to get the ability, is we're going to have to either get strong enough to where we can do it on our own, or make allies here where we currently are, so we can each return home when the time comes. What do you think, Lavari?
Well, obviously we have to make allies. I think I'm a little bit unique among us in that my home has been far away for a long time, so the goal of getting home, I'm on a journey to learn, so that has always been wherever my learning takes me is where I go. But I'd be more than happy to lend in my hands toward the goal of getting everyone back to their own plane. I don't know very much about the magic here. I didn't lose a lot, like some of you did. I didn't change my form. I feel like I was unaffected almost by coming here.
Maybe that's tied to both how your magic works and the fact that you've always been a bit of a wanderer. You've never tied yourself down to one person or one group of people, and you've just been constantly moving, so our sudden shift to wherever this is didn't have as much tangible effect on you, because your mindset, your body is almost always in a mode of transit. So it's almost as if you're just a stop.
Could be. Is there... so she's going to look at Linus, and she's going to be like, you seem to have some memories of at least some of this place. Is there a magic school where we could possibly ask some scholars?
Linus thinks, and as he's thinking, he's kind of like looking off to the side as if he's listening to somebody.
So Lil Vari's gonna be like, Linus, are you here with us? Yoo-hoo.
Yeah, sorry, we're here.
Did you hear my question?
Yeah.
Okay.
Magic. There's 3 moons in this place, which is, what the fuck they called? Kryn. It's called Kryn, and, the 3 moons, each one's tied to a different kind of magic. There's good magic, which is white. There's black magic, which is bad. And then there's red magic, which is kind of in the middle, and each one's tied to a different moon. But as far as that, I mean, that's really all I really know. We're even here. I'm just sort of a commoner.
I don't think there's anything common about you, Linus, if we're being perfectly honest.
So,
I can agree on that.
I think the first thing you should probably do is find some sort of captain or something. Tell them that this Vogler, or the place we were just at, got torched by this army of dragon jerks, and that they're doing strange things with metal and coal that shouldn't be happening.
Well, I presume the mayor and the various people in charge of the town will know who to report that to, right?
Yeah, that's definitely more up their alley than ours. We're just visitors.
Speaking of visitors, how did you get a girlfriend? And she's gonna bap Linus up against the back of the head.
When she hits Linus, there's actually a weird thing happens. He stumbles forward a little bit, and then another version of him stumbles, like, farther. Like it hit him harder.
Like an accordion?
And they turn around. Yeah, like that. And they turn around and look at little Ari, and they say in stereo, "What'd you do that for?"
I asked you a question, and I asked first.
They look to each other, and it's like, "What did you fucking say? I didn't say anything. What did you say? What are you talking about?" I didn't say nothing. You trying to get in a fight with this girl? I'm not talking about it.
And I don't remember what comment it was by Linus that made Lil Vari go, because it was like 2 weeks ago and I've slept since then.
It was the, he was fighting the ogress. And,
oh, yeah.
I can't remember what the ogress did, but his response was, "We're taken."
We're taken. That's right. That's right.
So they're just kind of like bickering at each other, trying to put this blame on the other one.
But aren't they both you?
Yes.
Yes and no. For a little bit, it's like they sort of pause, and when they start talking again, they sort of like shift back into one person again. Look, Lil, I honestly thought that it was, he blushes a little. He whispers, "You?"
Oh no.
Oh.
Oh.
Yeah, like he is the color of his armor, right?
Keldlin is probably on the other side of Lavari giving Linus.
He's like, "You got this! You got this!" Oh, well, that's, and she's turning, like, purpler also.
Oh gosh.
Like, she's her version of a blush, and she's like, oh, well, that's good. Yes, okay, that's fine then. Okay. Good, yes. Exactly.
Oh, excellent then. And then, from beside Keldlin, the other Linus is like, "I knew she was going to say yes."
Keldalin just looks kind of incredulously at him. And Keldalin just says, I didn't think that was going to work, but it worked.
Linus is like, me neither.
It's like, you know, when you go to the horse races, you bet on a horse, and the horse you bet on won.
Calvin, I'm not a horse.
Linus is talking to Lilvari. Are you calling me a horse, boy?
No, I never call you a horse.
That's not very
I'm
nice.
definitely not calling either of you a horse. I was just making a terrible analogy and a terrible joke.
We apparently like shared a brain cell in that moment because we were both, I'm not a horse.
I mean, you could be in a metaphorical sense.
Anyway. I
do.
What were we talking about?
I do believe before anything else, we could all use a good meal and perhaps some sleep.
Yes, long rest. Yes, please.
Not just yet.
Well, we
You need
How long?
help in setting up.
How long were we on the?
First task we come across is that some youngsters are struggling to land their boat. It's about 20 feet from the shore and slowly drifting away.
Oh dear.
Well, and how long were we on the boat? Were we there overnight? Did we rest at all?
It's overnight, and if you want, you can take a long rest.
I would say we probably. I mean,
Yeah, that's what I assumed happened.
I mean, I would think that's fair, especially since you leveled up anyway.
Yeah.
as they turn toward walking, Lovari is gonna kind of reach out and like put her hand on Raffle's shoulder and like, or his back or whatever, and kind of, how are you holding up? Because you changed a lot.
How am I holding up since what? Well, at least we didn't get hurt too much. I don't know what to say. I feel like.
Keldalin's, I can try to go get them. I don't know how well this will work, though. I haven't done it before. As Keldalin kind of approaches the shore, looks out to them, and looks back. And then he's going to jump in, and as he's jumping, he wild shapes into a dolphin and swims out to the boat and grabs. I'm assuming there's like, they have like a rope or something that's off the side, and I'll grab it in my mouth and tug them to shore.
Just give me a survival check.
22.
Oh yeah, it works. You're able to get them to shore, and others are able to help the vessel get stuck, so to say.
I do want to say Keldalin's dolphin is entirely white, like his hair.
Okay, sure.
Just for
You can flavor that however you want, sweetie.
I'm picturing it like one of the Hawaiian like spinner dolphins that like zooms ahead of all of the boats.
Yeah.
Two other events I'm going to say are going on pretty much about the same time. A young couple is sitting and shivering beside an unlit stack of firewood, staring off into the distance of bogwood. Also, two rowdy youths are trying to take advantage of the chaos and rob a disliked neighbor. What would you guys like to do?
I'm gonna go to the pickpockets and like grab their wrist as they're reaching for whatever they're trying to steal and just be like, how could you possibly think of doing such a thing after what just happened?
Roll me intimidation.
I'll back her up. Can I back her up?
Yeah. I'll roll with advantage. Not that it's a very
Yay.
high roll anyway.
There we go. Alrighty. First roll is a 13, and second roll is a 10, so 13.
That's fine. You still passed it either way. They are definitely intimidated, and they're like, oh, "Sorry, ma'am. We'll behave."
Like, don't apologize to me. Apologize to him.
And they do because you intimidated them.
It's like, how could they possibly do that? Like, everyone has lost their homes and most of their stuff, and yet they're trying to take advantage of a fellow refugee with what little he still has with him. Like,
because of a beef.
Excuse me. All right. Anybody interested in helping out the couple that are shivering?
Linus doesn't really have any way he can help, but I do happen to know a certain pyrotechnically inclined cat person.
Excuse me.
You want to go ahead and start the fire for that couple, Ruffle?
Yeah, sure. He casts Create Bonfire. Pretty simply, fire gets from his fingers and it catches fire there. Originally, it's magic, but then becomes real.
Yay!
The couple soon calms down and begins to warm up, and they wordlessly nod their thanks.
Stay warm. Keep your knees warm too.
Mm-hmm. They cuddle closer to each other and to the fire, as close as they dare get. Derek's armor. Did you guys figure out what happened to it?
It was in the boat. We did give it to him.
Okay, so you're gonna give it to him while you're in the boat still?
No, we would have. It would have been after we landed.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Okay.
Yeah.
So once you present it to him, he is very grateful. He opens the box and looks inside and sees a suit of plate armor, Bilbreed, with the Solniak knot work perfectly sized for Derek's use. There's no note or any other instructions within the armor. You guys can let him know that Becklin asked them to give it to him. Derek feels very touched about this and thanks you guys profusely as he begins to don the armor. So from now on, he gets to wear the armor. Yay!
Yay!
Sir Derek Highwater, Slayer of Capax.
Alright. After all that fun, happy, and dancing, I do want you all to make a perception check.
Okay.
Oh, my dice are hot so far.
That's enough. I don't want anybody else, because Kalaman basically is like on the 10 at the moment. Need to wet my whistle, sorry. Oh, right. So, basically what happens, Kalaman, you're the one who notices this. You see two prominent villagers are now missing. Lord Baccharis and his son, Baccharis the Younger.
But they were here when we arrived.
Yes.
Okay.
Hmm.
Linus, do you have any memories or recall them mentioning anything about a Lord Baccharis and his son? No, I'm not a dolphin at this point.
Well, you guys know Lord Baccaris or his son from.
Yeah, he was the.
I really didn't give too much shining to them, but they've been parts of the different events that you had in Bogler, as well as they were the one.
Yeah, that
I
was
think it was no, it wasn't Lovari.
the
It was
poser that tried to
Ilani
like.
that they were heckling.
Oh, he was the heckler.
Oh.
Yeah, that was also the poser that tried to
He's-
like. I'll go talk to them. They'll listen to me.
He's
Oh,
the
okay.
dude. He's the dude that thought I couldn't catch a fish.
Right.
And then you kicked his ass, and then I nat 20'd.
Oh yeah.
Got a little thingy out of it.
I'm at 20.
So
the
basically,
nat
that's
20s.
him and his son.
Oh,
I
yeah,
think
great.
I have handouts I can show you. Hold on. Let's see.
Because they're not here. And they
That's
were here when we
Baccaris the
arrived.
younger.
That smug face.
Are you sure that's not Lucius Malfoy?
I was gonna say, do we have to
Or
find
Draco?
I mean, I'm not.
And
I'm
there's
all for-
Baccaris himself.
It's
Oh
Volstagg.
God, what an ass.
I'm not saying we have to find them. It's just I noticed they were gone. And they were here when we arrived. I think we should probably let the mayor and Derek know.
Mayor actually realizes it and has now walked up to you as Derek is putting the finishing touches on the armor that he's putting on.
Linus would actually have been helping him put it on because plate mail takes a while if you're doing it by yourself.
Yes.
Yeah.
She says, hey guys, I'm glad that you were able to make it safely here. I'm hoping that you guys can go on in and see what you can do about getting getting help for us from the city leaders. Lord Baccaris and his son left hours ago, but we've not heard back from them. If you and Derek, oh my, you look so nice, Derek. Well, thank you. Didn't help. Sorry. Anyway, as you guys and young Derek there, if you guys can go ahead and find the authorities and make whatever arrangements are necessary to secure the safety of these people, I would greatly appreciate it.
And meanwhile, you're gonna keep watch here.
I'm gonna keep watch. Yeah, I will keep watch here and keep the peace.
Okay.
Keep everybody calm and collected, and probably get a couple of people some rest. I know some of them were staying up overnight to keep protection over those who were sleeping, so we'll give them a break as well. Plus, we gotta catch a couple of fish in order to be able to make some breakfast.
Well, it's probably best you take Sir Highwater with you, because I mean, without Becklin, it'll be good for them to see a familiar face, especially one wearing the armor of a knight.
No, Derek, it's okay going with you guys. We've got everything here under control for the time being. Do not worry.
Okay.
So I guess we head to the gate.
Yes.
Yeah.
The trek from the villager's landing spot to Kalaman itself spans about 2 miles. Nothing really much happens along that walk that you start after you finish helping Derek don his armor. A lovely gentleman. Let me see. Do I still have that picture of him? Oh yes, I do.
Yeah, animate to us.
And I have shown it to you already, him in his armor.
Yeah, that is
Yeah.
beautiful armor. Like, holy
Yes.
crap.
Yeah.
He's just missing the mustache, and then he'll be a knight.
As you approach the city, you see statues of titanic soldiers lining Kalaman's mighty walls. These ancient stone knights stare into the distance, daring invaders to dash themselves against defenses that with that withstood even the cataclysm. A disorganized neighborhood of tents and ramshackle structures line the road to the city's nearest gate, where the soldiers in blue where soldiers in blue and yellow uniforms question all who enter.
Excuse me, officer.
Yes, how may we help you find a group of individuals here?
Well, we're actually part of a group of refugees from Vogler. You see, there's been a situation that has occurred, and we were hoping to, either secure some food or some semblance of lodging for the refugees, and then perhaps at the same time speak with your city leaders about what has happened.
Perhaps set up a meeting between your city leaders and Mayor insert name here because Eilonwi's memory is better than mine.
Raven.
Yes.
Okay. Anyway, the guard smiles and says, "That's great. Let me go ahead and lead you over to the chambers, to the council chambers. I'm sure that you guys would be able to get some help from there."
I'm sorry, did he lead with saying, "That's great"? Like, hi, we're refugees. Oh, that's great.
There's a labor shortage. We need more people in the mines.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't have any brain cells working tonight, apparently.
It's fine.
Yeah, he's gonna say that's great. He's just gonna be like, "That's great to see you."
Cheeriest gate guard ever.
Oh my
goodness.
Yeah.
My grandma died. How wonderful.
We're completely intelligent anyway, right?
It's like Claptrap in Borderlands. It's like,
Oh,
I'm
dear
just
Lord.
I'm just programmed to sound like this. I'm actually quite depressed.
Oh no.
Oh, that's such a mood. That's a big mood.
So, the guard's going to lead you guys deep into the city. Across the courtyard.
As we're walking, I'm gonna. Sorry. I just wanted to say, as we're walking, I'm gonna ask if he's seen the jerk and his son.
Well, yes. They're in the same area that I'm leading you guys. That's quite all right.
Oh, thank goodness.
Okay.
Oh, well, that
You don't have to look for him. Not that he's hard to find.
Just look for the biggest
just
blow
follow
word.
the screaming.
Yeah.
And smell of bullshit.
Literally all of us, same page.
Yeah.
Okay. So basically, you're led to the castle, where you're handed off to another guard. But as you approach the castle, basically what you're seeing is this: even if the imposing castle Kalaman didn't stand atop 100-foot hills, 100-foot cliffs. Yeah, see, brain cells gone. It would still tower over every other structure in the city. The path to it rises up the cliffside, overlooked by gigantic statues matching those in the city's walls, matching those that line the city's walls. At the path's end, guards stand before an open gate. The guard that led you to the castle advises the other guard about why you're here, and that guard actually leads you across the courtyard to the council chamber where Lord Barkus is speaking with the city council.
I thought I
As
smelled something.
Ilonwe is going to put on, the diplomatic, friendly face and say, "Oh, it's so good to see that you're doing all right here. We hadn't heard from you and we were worried something may have gone wrong."
Lilvari's like, we were we? Oh, we were!
Yeah. As Lavari looks around, you just see the slightest no headshake from Calvin. Like the smallest no he can do.
Okay, actually, as you cross Castle Kalaman's paved courtyard, you do a familiar figure intercepts you with an arrogant smile. Barkerus the Younger. My father has matters well in hand. We will be sure to send for you and the rest of the fish folk once we've determined what's best for them. And
Listen,
he also insists that you shouldn't be allowed to disturb what is going on.
Linus uses his 19 strength to just push right past the little shit. He's like, "Listen, buddy, if we wanted opinions, we would have given them to you. Now shut up and run along. We got business to do."
All right, throw me an intimidation check.
Oh wait, intimidation, and that's come on, register, you fucker. Why does it never register? The goddamn. That is a 10.
Well, oddly enough, that's exactly what you needed.
Yay!
If not, it was just gonna be a straight strength test for me to knock his ass over.
Or someone can do a persuasion check to help you by asking the guard to just ignore the younger Baccarus.
Yeah, no.
No. It's not my strong suit.
Oh, is the guard gonna try to stop us?
No, but he can ignore Baccarus.
No.
No, if the guard isn't gonna stop us, then I'm not gonna bother with the guard.
Yeah.
No.
Well, he's gonna slink off, hurling insults.
Nobles. If they didn't earn it, they're all the same.
Yeah.
If they didn't earn it.
I was gonna say something when you said nobles, but then you said if they didn't earn it. I'm like, thank you.
So the guard continues escorting you inside. Once you're inside the chamber, the guard will explain who you guys are.
So I guess now will be when I put on the fake friendly voice and and say we were worried.
You will see 8 serious-looking people sitting around a broad table in the middle of a spacious hall. At the table's end, a tall man with plaited blonde hair and velvet vest of blue and gold stands to greet you. Welcome, guests. I am Governor Kalof Mayet. Your leader has briefed us on the situation in Bogler, his bold defense, and his eagerness to strike back against the invaders. As Mayet says this, he nods to a man near him, Lord Baccarus, who glares at your
interrupt. I'm gonna interrupt and say, with all due respect, sir, this man is not our leader. The was it governor is her title? What was her mayor? The mayor of Vogler is staying with her people and aiding them where they have made landfall outside your city.
All right, well then tell us. the governor states. Are your people still preparing for battle?
They're
Not
preparing
that
for
I'm
the
aware
night.
of.
Everyone else who knows, with the exception of what you see here, just about everyone else is dead that knows how to fight. The Ironclad Regiment and Becklin Uth Viharan sacrificed their lives so that cowardly bastard could run.
Hey, we made the plan to evacuate. Like,
Yes.
he may be a jerk, but like all of the we have 200 refugees here who are not cowards.
But if I remember correctly, he was on the first boat out. That's how he got here so quickly.
If I may, your governorship, Lord Baccharis here is what I would classify as somebody who would rather seek to save his own arse than to put it on the line for somebody else. I apologize,
Regardless,
but
sorry. I'm like, can we stop talking about him? I'm sorry.
I was getting,
Sorry.
but you're
ahead.
fine. I understand, Island. He's regular aggravating, but I need to digress and talk about the goods. So, as Linus said, my compatriot here, pretty much all the fighting men and women of Vogler lay dead and burning back in the remnants of Vogler after the Queen's Army, or whatever they called themselves, came and burned it to the ground.
Oh no, that army.
Yeah.
The Red Dragon Army is what you're trying to say.
Red Dragon. Sorry. The Red Dragon Army came and burned Vogler to the ground after we escaped and evacuated those who we could. And
Lord Baccharis, it is trying to say, it's going to interrupt you guys and say, you know what? These guys are false. The people we have here are working to take up their arms and get ready to retaliate. All we need is some help from you guys to be able to do so.
Lord Baccharis, can you kindly shut up?
I ignore Baccharis and address the governor.
Intimidation check against Baccharis, please.
For me or for Elonwe?
Whomever told Baccharis to shut up.
That was me. This can only go great with my awesome charisma score. That's a 7.
Anybody wish to help for Keldor?
Yes. Do you want me to roll, or do you want him to roll with advantage?
Yeah,
roll again.
It's an 11.
Let's see here what we needed to make.
Unless you want me to guide myself. Which is too late, technically.
Yeah.
You have an 11 right now?
Yep.
Roll me a d6.
Oh.
That's a 2. Use up all my good rolls already.
Oh no.
Here.
It's fine.
Because you had such a high perception earlier, I'm going to go ahead and give it to you anyway because I don't give a flip. It was a DC of 14 and you're at 13. So come on.
Oh.
Yeah.
Alright, you do manage to intimidate him and get him to shut up.
And
you guys are able to explain the situation for real of what happened.
Yeah, I also really want to arrange for the governor to meet the mayor of Vogler because she is standing by her people, you know, being a symbol of courage and, you know, a person to look upon in this trying time. She doesn't want to leave her people, which is why she sent this jerk and later us when he didn't return.
Governor Mayette frowns. This is all dire news. My heart goes out to your friends and families. But I hope you can understand our relentless reticence to welcome you all through our city's gates. These aren't normal times. Marshal? The governor gestures to a stern woman wearing armor embellished with the blue and gold colors of Kalaman. She nods and begins. I am Marshal Vendiri, commander of Kalaman's military forces. I'm afraid your situation is far from unique. She goes
Well,
on
that
to
sucks.
explain that Bogler isn't the only community in the region to face peril. Small villages and farms to the south and east of Kalaman have been burned in recent weeks. Bogler is the largest community to be attacked, however, and the only one with so many survivors. Experienced patrols of armored Kalaman soldiers have been found cut down, in some cases with mysterious claw-like gashes in their armor. Lord Pacaris and the characters have. This is above story, of course. Lord Pacaris and the characters provided the clearest information on the enemy that Kalaman has received to date. The Marshal knows nothing of the Draconians, the Dragon Queen, or the Dragon Army. She has a lot of experience, but it's mostly from raiders from Estwild and ogres from Tamenbursk. Everyone has heard rumors in the eastern nation of Pur, but until now they hadn't considered that far-off nation's struggles relevant.
Mm-mm.
The Marshal's eager to hear anything you guys know about the enemy, and even is impressed when you show them. What is it? I lost my space. Oh, physical evidence of the Draconians and the armies. Well, let's see here.
Well, it's not
The
sure.
governor soon asks you guys and Derek to step outside while the council discusses what they've learned. Lord Pacaris isn't asked to leave.
Mm.
So you guys are then ushered into a hall outside the council chamber. Derek is going to reemphasize how important it is for Bogler's people to have Kalaman's support and protection.
Well,
What do you guys wish to
Yeah.
do?
I want to do whatever we can to eavesdrop, but I don't know what we can do.
Anyone who wishes to listen in at the council chamber door, roll me a perception check, please.
I'd love to.
Yay!
Can I do a stealth first?
If
I
you
don't
wish.
think we need to.
I don't think you need to because
Okay.
we already know what's going on. But yeah, you're stealthy.
The perception?
6.
Yeah.
I only got a 6.
Caldwin. Let's see who else wishes to roll that perception check.
I did. 18.
Okay. Alright. Anybody who rolled above a 14 for perception, you guys are going to hear a frustrated Marshal Vendari repeatedly interrupt Lord Pacaris. Conversation back and forth with Lord Pacaris who keeps trying to, push his agenda through and say, what you guys were saying is bullpucky. He's definitely not happy that you guys have shown up, obviously.
Talon will look to the group. I think I like this Marshall person.
Me too.
Anyone with a head on their shoulders would know that the Pakaris guy is full of shite. I mean, just look at him. Nobody wears who wears purple and green like that. I mean, come on.
You know,
It,
I had my mom said something about noble people is that there are nobles who eat with a silver spoon and think their shit turns into gold on the way out. But the problem is everyone's shit is shit when it comes out. Doesn't matter what you eat with.
It's like slight pause. I think there's something lost in translation on that. I'm sure it sounds much better in the original tongue.
Wise woman. Mm-hmm.
Essentially, the point is that everyone, no matter what they are born with, still ends up doing or shitting the same. It doesn't matter whether they're noble born, low born, or slave. It doesn't matter. We all take the same kind of shit. But anyway,
anything you wish to do while awaiting this? Anything else you wish to do while awaiting the decision? Yeah.
No, I don't think so.
So after about a half an hour, the council meeting adjourns. The chamber's doors open, and most of the council members file past you without a glance. Marshal Bindari beckons to you from the door, while inside Governor Mayet and Lord Baccaris remain seated. As you re-enter the council chambers, the governor bids them to sit down, and once you've sat down, the governor, in a decisive tone, says, "The citizens of Kalaman are prepared to offer your people shelter in the neighborhoods outside the city walls. The protection of our soldiers and, while we can spare it, food from our tables." He folds his hands and fixes his eyes on you. "There is a condition, though." And as he's going to explain the following, Kalaman's leaders are concerned about the threat posed by the enemy that has attacked Bogler and the other cities. The city has woefully little information about this foe, and any scouts they have sent have all disappeared. You guys, however, have both faced this foe and saved an entire village from its attack. So, in return for Kalaman protecting the people of Bogler, Kalaman's leaders want you guys and Derek to report to Marshal Bindari as special operatives in the Kalaman military.
For how long? I mean, I'm not opposed, just for how long?
Let me see here. As long as necessary until this foe has been defeated.
Linus looks to
we...
Only until the threat to the region is over. There we go. I knew it was
Okay.
there somewhere.
Can
Well, it's basically similar to what I said.
Can we make a return request if we were to agree to this? It would not inherently impact our service should we choose to agree with this. It is more of a boon, as it were, for our service at the end.
Well,
Which is...
Well, I was waiting to hear what they thought of it before requesting it.
Oh, okay. All right. What they thought of the concept before asking the specifics?
Yeah.
What the marshal says is that Only one character needs to swear themselves to the military, though you all are welcome at the same time. Any characters that do swear an oath to the military will become esquires of Kalaman and be paid 5 gold pieces per week. They will also receive free lodging at Castle Kalaman and will be given a palm-sized emblem with blue and with a with the blue and gold symbol of Kalaman etched into its face. It is a symbol of their special rank, which is akin to a lieutenant, which is
Wow.
basically higher than a soldier but lower than a commander. Kind of like in the middle. So,
Yeah.
like, you would have command over the smaller peons, just like the commanders do, but they more would listen to the commanders than to you guys. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But all that is, since you guys didn't ask about it, I just decided to share all that information anyway.
Yeah.
Cuddlin will
Hmm.
look to Linus, look to Lavari. He'll kind of chew his bottom lip a little bit, and then look over to Ilani and Waffle. Um, and he's just gonna kind of whisper to the group, do we just want to put all of our cards on the table here?
What do you mean by that?
Because I think no matter what, we're going to have to take a side in this, whether it's with Kalaman or one of the other cities. And we're going to need allies if we want to get back home. And that's what I was going to ask, is if we help defeat this threat, they'll provide whatever assistance they can in getting us to somebody who can allow us to go home.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Mm-hmm.
That's a great idea.
However, there was one other thing that occurred to me due to recent events as Kettlein turns to Lavari and Linus. His eyes are a little wet. I don't think you two should go with us. I don't know much about war, but if whatever it is that's going to be between you two, it should be allowed to be what it can be and not have the strain of a war hanging above your heads. You shouldn't be forced to fight and fight and fight and not allowed to live. Not allowed to enjoy yourselves and enjoy your time together.
Lilvari's gonna hold up her hand and be like, "You're getting a little ahead of yourself there, bud."
I'm just presenting it as an option. I don't want you guys agreeing to this without considering everything.
Noted.
Like, I understand it's way ahead of the game here, but
Yeah, Linus has kind of like had this arched eyebrow this entire time. It's like, I'm not about to bloody pledge to anybody I barely even know.
and I'm not asking
And
anyone.
he's just he's looking at like the marshal and stuff. It's like, I don't know Kalaman. I don't know this marshal or their governor or these people. I'm here to help, but I'm not going to pledge my life to a city I've never been to.
Yeah, ditto.
Likewise.
I don't want to, well, I want to discuss things with the mayor of Vogler before we decide anything.
My only other bit that is, I find it rather worrying that innocent lives are being put in the balance in exchange for our service.
That's politics, Kel. I know you've spent a lot of time in the forest with Lilvari, or with Shite. Shrub.
Shrub.
Can't remember her bloody name.
Oh no.
I feel really
Wild
bad about
locust.
that.
Wild
Wild
locust.
Thank you.
locust.
I knew there was an L in there somewhere. I know you spent a lot of time in the forest with wild locust, but the nature of cities is there's always a price. And if we don't, at the very least, help these people, they're on their own.
I'm not saying that I don't get the concept of a quid pro quo, as it were. But asking for our loyalty in exchange to protect innocent lives.
Something we were going to do anyway, to be fair. Or at least I was.
I think his point is that he feels that the innocent lives should be helped either way.
Yes. I'm sorry, I'm not the best with words. But
Like it bothers him that the higher ups of this town are requiring something in exchange for helping innocent lives rather than just helping them.
like
Is
I
that right?
Yes, like I understand that it's a lot of extra mouths to feed and all that other stuff. Like I can understand that. But I mean, these are mostly fishermen. They can help subsist themselves off the nearby river and all that other stuff. The main issue is the extra soldiers and stuff that'll have to be outside of the town in order to keep them safe. And like, I feel that innocent lives should always come first and foremost in any situation. Because I understand they are wanting to keep them and their own safe. But there are a bunch of women and children in there who cannot protect themselves. And should that Red Dragon army come coming down, they're going to be the first ones to die. You think Kalaman's going to let them come into their city if we don't agree to one of us serving them? I doubt it. So I find it bullshit that they're requiring one of us to swear to them in order to make sure those women and children have a chance to live if the worst should happen.
Gelderlin. They're asking us to act on their authority, for starters. It's not just, oh, go do this shit for us, lads. No, they're deputizing us, and it's not permanent. It's not permanent. They're not expecting us to stay.
Jared also interjects that that you guys are getting paid to do so as well. Not just in free room and board, but you're getting 5 gold piece a week for it.
It still leaves a sour taste in my mouth.
It's a job. It's a job.
It's the only lead we got, and the only connections we have. Linus looks to the marshal. It's like, we'll do this job for you, but none of us are swearing an oath.
You can help us as aides, but a lot of the benefits that you would gain by swearing the oath
In exchange for that, I mean, we're looking to get paid, but we're looking for a boon instead. Some of us aren't from around here. And I mean that in a larger than Salamnia sense. We need the aid of a wizard. And we don't bloody know any. So we're
Pardon me.
So sorry, go ahead.
Oh no, just in character, he's like, well, pardon me. He just feels lightly insulted, like I'm a wizard, just need to practice again.
Lil Vari, if he's like down for it, Lil Vari will give his shoulder a little squeeze. Ruffle.
Oh, it's one of the times where he looks and like gives you a look like meh. Appreciate you, but meh.
Yeah. So what we're asking is, you're governor of a great city, or involved with a great city. You have influence. We're looking for a wizard that can help us find, to be honest, a way home.
I'm pretty sure I can get some people looking into that. I do have a few I could spare, I suppose, for that. But I would really wish you guys would, one of you at least, would accept the vow. I mean, I would extend it to everybody. Darren is going to suggest that it be him. That way, you guys are not really worried about it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Just think of it like a trial period.
yeah. I mean, Darrett's going to be living a long life of swearing oaths of fealty to lords and what have you. So,
Well, through Derek, it's extended to all of you guys, so you're still gonna get the money and all that, plus the help because I said so. Everything is because
Very
I said
generous offer.
so.
It is a generous offer.
Well, technically, the way they worded it, it does make it sound like only one of you guys has to swear the oath, and basically they're gonna extend it to all. At least that's the way I'm understanding it. I don't know. Well, yeah, it says only one of the characters needs to swear themselves to serve in Kalaman's military, though all are welcome, and only until the threat to the region is over. I know it says only sworn characters, but I'm going to say just because Darrett is the one who did the swearing, and because you guys want the mage instead, I mean the wizard, or the help of how to get back home, they're going to count that as your pay and still give you the title and all that stuff as well. You just don't have to swear it.
That's kind of what Linus was aiming at. Like, they'll still get what they want done, but
yeah, I mean, because another one of the things is that the marshal will ask you guys to come. If you guys had not agreed to anything, they would have asked you to come to she would have asked you to come to her office and
step into my parlor,
find out what they can do to accept some sort of a proposal.
Ma'am,
we found our niche that works for our group, so we're gonna go with it. We're gonna do just a bit more. I know we started late, but I don't want to go past 9 Mountain Time because I'm tired and I want to go to bed. As you can tell by the few brain cells that are popping off. So let's go ahead and get back to our little bit of story here. I'll just do it a little bit more and we'll stop right before this next little section here, so it'll be easier to pick up next week. So once you guys have finally made this decision and done whatever it is that you need to do and gotten the badges and whatnots and who's what's its and dingle doppers, Marshall Vendari asks you guys to come to her office on the second floor of Castle Kalaman when you're ready to learn more about the position and your first duties. Until then, go ensure that their people are safe and take your time to familiarize yourself with the city. So yes, there actually is a little bit in here that you guys can run around in. But first, I'm assuming you wish to report back to Mayor Raven.
Yes, please. Yeah. And I'd like to take Douche Face with us.
Doucheface is not anywhere to be found at this point.
What about
Of course.
Doucheface Jr.?
Doucheface Jr. ran away like a dog with a tail between his legs. He's nowhere to be found either at the moment.
All right.
Though technically, both of them not returned to camp. They're paying for rooms at a place called the Steady Beacon.
Is there any way to find the nearest town square and see if one of them is talking himself up?
No, he's. I mean, there is a way to find the town square. There's a lot to looking around in Kalaman, but basically what happens is as soon as he sees that everything is going south, I'm gonna say he basically tucks tail and runs, finds his son, and then they go and pay for a room at the Steady Beacon, which let's see here. Is somewhere to the right and a little down from center, from the castle, which is in the middle of the city.
This one here?
Let me see.
Ding, ding, ding.
The one that's
Steady
suspiciously
Beacon
a
right
different
here.
color.
That one.
Yep, that's it.
It's almost like
That
they
is-
did it on
That's,
purpose.
they basically tucked tail and ran. Now you guys are more than happy to go ahead and visit some of these locations, and we can play that out for the next couple minutes. But I think you want to talk to Mayor Raven first, right?
Yeah.
Yes, Ilanwi is just itching to talk to her.
When the characters return to where Bobbler's survivors are camped, Mayor Raven meets you. She then listens to what you have to say, that you were able to get the city's support, and thanks you profusely. After hearing that Derek agreed to aid Kalaman's military, Raven says she and the survivors of Boggler's militia intend to offer their assistance as well. And also asks the characters to stop calling her a mayor, because as long as Boggler is in Dragon Army hands, she is just wishes to be known as Raven.
Okay.
Well, ma'am, you're not losing the title, you're just putting it on the shelf for a while. You're still the mayor in our hearts, and you will be mayor once again, I assure you.
Never quite said I was giving up the title. I just said that I am currently not mayor, seeing as how my city is under siege. Once we take it back, I will resume my title as mayor.
Well then, ma'am. What do we do? Is there anything you'd like us to do?
Well, you guys are free to do as you please. You can talk to some of the villagers. You can go and survey the city. Whatever. Now, a couple of hours later, several wagons and a contingent of soldiers from Kalaman reach the camp with food and supplies. They aid the people most in need first, eventually assisting everyone in relocating into an unoccupied group of simple wooden buildings near Kalaman's trade gate. In other words, the buildings that you guys saw earlier when coming in.
Right.
Mm-hmm. The survivors find dry, safe housing and pitch in to make everyone's lodgings more comfortable. They also establish a communal cookhouse and an infirmary. you guys can use your skills if you wish to help support Bogler's people and make accommodations more welcoming. You can also find
Absolutely.
bunks here for the
Yeah.
evening, but staying at Castle Kalaman would be more comfortable and free up more space and resources for the other evacuees.
Yeah, if we have invitations to stay at the castle, then I would like to do so.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you wish to help the people of Bogler?
Um, I'll help a little bit first. Um, but Ilonli wants to get to the castle, and actually have a little aside with Raffle, which we'll do out of session.
Mm-hmm.
That'll be good.
So
The
you
Linus
guys have
is
seen. Sorry, go ahead.
yeah. I was gonna say while Ilon was having a chat with the mayor and all that stuff. Linus and his Echo would be helping the villagers shore up building. Because you said that they're kind of ramshackle houses. They'd be helping get some of the shacks, in working order.
Mm-hmm.
Just some basic, I happen to have 4 hands here. Let me help.
Fair enough. All right. Everybody else is free to do whatever as it gets closer to evening and everything. Everybody seems to have found a comfortable place, have made the shelters that they're going to be staying in as weatherproof as they possibly could. Basically, it's just like they have their own little mini houses, and one or two families are staying in each house, along with some like children, and they're all dotted all over the place, but they're trying not to take up too much room, and they've got a nice dinner cooking for everybody in the little cookhouse, and a few people that were not able to be healed rather well are in the infirmary. I think one is throwing up because they got some sort of stomach bug, but other than that, everybody's pretty good. So you guys are free to go ahead and head back to Kalaman as you please. You can
Yes.
explore it. You can call it a night. Get a rest and then explore. I'll leave that up to you. What you wish to do.
I mean,
What time of day is it?
I'm saying it's towards the evening by now. That that conversation with the trying to get everybody back and then the walk and such took a good portion of the day.
If Raffle and Iolani want to chat on session instead of waiting, I'm happy to close out with that.
No. It's something that I wanted to discuss in private anyway. So it
It makes more sense
before
you guys
revealing to the whole group, kind of a thing,
Okay.
Okay.
That's all right.
I think that Lovari is perfectly happy, kind of exploring the castle and looking around. I don't think she's had cause to see a lot of castles, so I think she's probably curious about it.
Kelderlin just probably is probably the last one to head towards the castle. He probably just finds a alcove where he just strums a few songs on his lute and just kind of stares out at the various moons above him. He's probably up for a few more hours and then goes to bed, probably close to midnight. After dinner and all that other stuff.
I mean, there's plenty of food for you guys. There's no issue about that, especially and and the marshal is not going to be worried about you guys reporting specifically today because she knows you guys have had a lot of thises and that's happening between everything right now. So they want to. She understands. You know, if you guys want to take a break. Excuse me. Obviously, my body is telling me to do so, but I'm going to ignore it for now.
That's pretty much all I have, so thanks, Solar.
Yeah, I don't have anything else. What about you, Linus?
No, I think Linus would probably just be kind of, once he was done working with the people down at the village, the refugees, he would be, I don't know, I guess not really following Lilvari around, but, you know, exploring with her.
Time for a snuggle attack.
It was super effective.
Well, he's only 4 feet tall.
Oh my god, she's almost like twice.
I know.
She's like 1.5 times.
He was even shorter in the last campaign.
Yeah. You had a growth spurt.
Yeah, that's the joys of being a medium-sized character.
Okie dokie. So, you guys, we can open up next week. With a message for a mage. I think, I don't remember if we did that or not, but I can go back and double check that. If not, we're just basically going to have the ability, you guys can have the ability to look around the city and do whatever you like. And then continue. I know. Dogs decide to make her appearance known now.
Finally! Hi, Ruby!
Ruby. Okay, so I'm going to give you guys a couple of options. Basically, one of them is there was an activity where you guys would talk to a mage. I can't remember if we did that or not, but if either way, we can go ahead and do that. There's exploring the city, or whenever you guys are ready. We can move on to where you talk to the marshal. I'm gonna leave that all up to you for next week or next time we meet because it's been a crapshoot sometimes. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, it happens.
Life is the most overpowered thing in existence.
So with that being said, I wish to go ahead and thank my crew who's joined me today. Keldalin, Lilvari, Linus, Rockle, and Ilani. Thank you so much. Without you guys, I wouldn't be sitting here. Thank you again to Kevin for allowing us to do this here on your channel.
He's no kidding, huh? Can I respec into trust
Life
fund
is calling for me. Life is calling for me nat 20s or nat 1s. I don't know which is which. I wish to thank you guys who stayed in our chat and provided input and emotes. Thank you so much. Thank you all for watching. Yes, yes, yes. I wish to thank those of you who are watching in the future with the video on demand, and even those who watch us on YouTube. If you've watched us this far, even though it's only been an hour and a half, go ahead and smack that like button, hit that subscribe button, and that bell so that you can know when we upload more of these things for you all. So, with that being said, remember, be kind to each other. Have a good night, y'all, and see you next week, hopefully.
Bye.
Bye.